It's good that even here they're not really showing you the Zygon in full.
Yeah.
They're still because we've only had glimpses. Even that we saw a lot of it in the cliffhanger, but again, it was very quick.
Hmm.
Okay, I say that. Here we are.
Hello and welcome back to the Shallow Proclamation. My name is Thomas, and as always, I'm joined by.
Cool.
And we're watching Terror of the Zygons Part 2. Really enjoyed the first part. Intriguing. Kind of nice Scottish setting with a new threat. Do subscribe if you'd like to stay in the loop with our videos. Do check out our Patreon for the full commentary track of this episode and many others.
So we get to see this Zygon again. So you were
Yes,
quite keen to see the design, weren't you?
I was, and it looks to me, from what I saw, like yeah, the modern era one seems like quite a faithful adaptation.
Yeah. I think they are largely similar. Personally, I actually think that they look better in this.
Hmm.
I think they look in the modern era slightly more rubbery. I don't know.
Yeah, is that partly because the footage is higher quality, maybe?
Or maybe, yeah. So this was we mentioned earlier in the first episode. This is directed by Douglas Camfield, and he's done quite a few Doctor Who's before this. This is effectively, though, or at least I don't know if this is still the case, but it was at one point, effectively the earliest surviving story in its entirety by him,
Hmm.
because he did the Crusades and the Dalek Master Plan, the Web of Fear, and the Invasion, which are all missing episodes.
Right.
He did Inferno, but he was taken ill partway through, so he didn't actually do the whole thing. He did the Time Meddler, but the Time Meddler is missing about 12 seconds of one of its episodes.
So he didn't get very lucky, did he?
Yeah, and on Planet of Giants that we watched very early on, he only directed one of those episodes. So
Wow.
yeah, even though he's done quite a lot of work on Doctor Who, this is, like I say, in effect, the first story to survive in its entirety that he did. So
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
that he did completely, I should say, really. It's good that even here they're not really showing you the Zygon in full.
Yeah.
They're still because we've only had glimpses. Even that we saw a lot of it in the cliffhanger, but again, it was very quick.
Hmm.
Okay, I say that. Here we are. Saying that,
But I know what you mean.
I think what it is about the modern era is they look a bit too pink.
Hmm.
These
Looks a
guys seem a
bit
bit
like.
more browny and orangey, like.
Yeah, that's a good point. This guy looks a cross between the Grinch and the villain of Stranger Things season 4.
Very true.
You seeing the Jim Carrey in that? Ba, 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 ba. Ah, that's cool. Tapping
And
into some local folklore.
yeah, it's a really neat idea.
Wow.
Great. So, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, really impressed actually with how this is shaping up. I think it's the action hasn't really let up, has it? You had the intrigue of Harry being a Zygon Harry being created, and Sarah's kind of grappling with that, and then pushing him off the bale. And I really like that way he transformed back to the Zygon, but then they had the body disintegrated so that it
Mm,
couldn't be understood or kind of investigated by the humans. And the intrigue of yeah, how are they being watched? And you have the Loch Ness monster. It's kind of throwing everything at it, but not in a kind of undisciplined way. It feels like yeah, the Zygons have a plot and seems like actually quite a well thought out plot. We
mm.
talk about sometimes in classic Doctor Who the villains You sort of
He,
look at their plan, especially the master.
he's not thought about this. That's
You're
what we
like,
always say. He's not really
yeah.
thought about this.
But so far, I mean, you can sort of see what they're going for, can't you? I mean, it's horrible, but say what you like about them, but they seem to know what they're doing. Um, so yeah, I'm quite impressed by this, and the special effects holding up pretty well. I mean, even the Loch Ness monster climbing over the hills at the end, I think it conveyed a sense of the scale
Mm.
quite well. So yeah, what about you?
Yeah, and I think that's really well animated as well because they could have easily just done what they were doing before, which is like have the head with
Yeah.
no reference to the environment that the Doctor's in, but actually having it begin to interact with it is actually pretty good, given the budget they had as well. So I like that, and I like that it is the Loch Ness monster again. It's tapping into that kind of folklore idea,
Yeah.
something that is tangible that people would know. And like again, you think kids would know the Loch Ness monster. They're saying, "Oh, the Loch Ness monster is actually something that's controlled by Zygons." It's a helpfully sort of taps into that thing. And I love all the stuff you mentioned as well, the stuff with Harry as a Zygon and the stuff in the barn. I do feel it's very reminiscent of Silurians as well, but I think it
Mm,
works well. And it feels for me this is just a good example of a Doctor Who story where again it feels like you said there's a lot in there to it keeps doing stuff, but it's all working and it feels like this is Doctor Who sort of firing on all cylinders, you know?
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
really like that. Yeah, I think it's great. And I love the Zygon design as well. I think it works really well.
Yeah, it is strong, isn't it? Yeah, totally. Yeah, and as you say, it's not like it's just throwing stuff out there and seeing what sticks. It's it's coherent, isn't it?
Mm.
But
Yeah.
but also kind of madcap and fun and quirky, and a little bit scary in places. It's hitting the right notes, isn't it?
Yeah.
For Doctor Who.
Yeah, and it's a really enjoyable watch so far.
Yeah.
What you want, really.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, and interesting to see Baker's Doctor kind of brought back to unit in a way, and quite a Pertwee-esque story in lots of ways, but it also maybe bringing in some of that new uh, flair that we've identified in the previous season
Mm.
that the show seems to have. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of good stuff lots of stuff in there to like, really.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Stronger season opener than Robot so far, I'd say.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. Well, let us know, peeps, what you're making of this. I imagine this is. Well, it seems we've yet to come across a Baker story where people have gone, "This is absolutely rubbish," in terms of how it's been remembered. They've all
Yeah.
been pretty positive so far. But yeah, let us know what you make of this, and do check out our Patreon for the full commentary tracks, Discord for more chat. Links in the description below. But thank you very much for watching.
Bye-bye.